Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at Masamune-kun's No Revenge, episode 3. Now, interestingly enough, this was a very simple episode in concept, and overall I think it was okay. I had some issues with it, toward the end. I'll talk about that in the review, but the very beginning was starting off very strong, where essentially we have Masamune saying that he's going to start a kind of battle to get Aki to go on a date with them. And the best way he can do that is when they find out that they all have to take proficiency exams. And he goes, you know what? If Koi gets a higher score than you, guess what? You have to go on a date with me. If not, then you can put whatever nickname you want on me, and you can, I'll feed you lunches constantly. That was what she requested. And so it goes into this kind of super battle between them both, where you see them like staring each other down in the hallway, where it's like, yeah, we're gonna get higher scores than you. And I gotta admit, that was actually really funny. I mean, some of the stuff that you saw, like I think that the next scene that I'm showing right here, where we see them like in the hall talking to each other, they're just debating nonstop about what answers are. Like they're going, what's this type of thing? What's this time period at? What year did this happen? How do you say this in English? And they actually cursed. It was pretty funny, where they actually said "son of a bitch," and I was like, oh. I don't think Japan teaches you how to say that in English, but okay. I mean, that I guess you learn that eventually, right? Kind of makes sense. Um, but interestingly enough, what's cool is that at one point he gets a black coffee from the maid of Aki, and he gets a really bad stomach virus, and it kind of messes him up during one of the proficiency exam sections. I think it was the math section, and he has to run into the nurse's office and kind of like do what he has to do there. But he finds out, like, he thinks that must have been a setup. They're actually against me the whole time, etc. It was more so because his mom fed him really bad eggs in the morning and caused his whole system to kind of just shut down. And thus everyone in the family was eating the breakfast from the mother, got sick. So he's like, oh, I can't believe that woman. Why'd she do this to me? So what kind of happens at the end is that it's essentially a draw between both of them, where Aki doesn't do that well herself in the one section, but neither does he, because he had to run off to the nurse's office. So it's a draw. They end it with just that. But ironically enough, he ends up still going on a date with Aki because of the fact that apparently the maid actually set up a thing with him to go on a date with her, and right away you see that the date's gonna go a very odd way when you have various things happen. First, Aki's there with this weird outfit. It is the weirdest thing, and apparently it's because what the maid told her to do was, oh, you should dress up in this outfit, but it's a cosplay outfit. And because Aki is really oblivious to a lot of stuff, surprisingly, she thought that's how you normally go on dates with people. Is like you have to dress up in certain outfits and stuff like that. I don't know how you think like that, and it was where I started getting kind of annoyed at this episode a little bit. Luckily though, one scene really helped. This was they went to the movies together, and they ended up seeing this really weird zombie flick together, where it was this odd zombie thing. Like they were apparently corrupt. It was called Corrupted Love or something like that. And let's just say you could see from the image what happened. I'm not going to talk about that too much. Let's move on to the next one. And if you wanted your fan service for the episode, it's when Aki's finally realizing that she's in a bad dress. She decides to go to the store, buy a new dress. She screams at one point because she's so embarrassed, and then punches Masamune right in the face. And of course, he knocks out. And he starts going back to memories of things that happened in his past, and how they actually met, how Aki and him met. And essentially, it's, I want to say, a victory at both on his part, really, because of the fact that, as we know from last episode, the maid set them up on a date, of course, but it worked in the sense that, he got closer with her. He got closer to Aki. It's more so that he was using her as a pillow because of the fact that she, realized he was sick, and I knocked him out, so she put him down, and he was sleeping on her lap when he woke up. So it was kind of a double sword. It worked, it didn't work in one sense, but it worked in what it needed to work. I don't want to say this episode was bad. I just think it was kind of generic toward the end. But overall, it was a good episode. I enjoyed the beginning part. I think the beginning and some of the little later parts of the ending, like that whole weird zombie film thing, that was good overall. But anyways, guys and girls, I hope you enjoyed the review. If you, I can't even talk today. I hope you enjoyed this review. I will talk to you guys later. Have a great, blessed night, everyone. Bye-bye.